the need of the hour, as I already told you yesterday. So, we are getting into the second day of the session. Yesterday, we just spoke about the vocabulary enrichment, spoken skills, etc. And today, the meeting is going to focus on interview skills, how to prepare a resume. This is the next step when you get out of your studies and approach the job market. If you are very confident in these two steps, you can easily conquer a good job for your life. So, this session is being presented by me. I just want to say two words about myself is I'm Lieutenant Dr. N. Maithili, serving as an assistant professor of English, and also I am associate NCC officer with lieutenant rank at Sri Vasavi College, Erode. I have completed my PhD and I am an energetic NCC officer in the campus. I have published papers and I am a research guide in Bardar University guiding MPhil and PhD. With this few words, I would like to just tell you that, dear participant, remember today is the tomorrow you worried about yesterday. I just repeat, remember today is the tomorrow that you worried about yesterday. So let us make a good positive vibration today and make use of this session in an effective way. Before going into the session, I am just starting with my presentation. I just want to add that I'm a passionate teacher to find positive approaches in the minds of students, a bold woman to face the difficulties that arise in life, an optimistic human finding opportunities in challenges, a lovely homemaker, and an ardent lover of literature and nature. So it's here I am presenting my yes. So today is the world where e-learning cannot be avoided. It is the need of the hour. It is inevitable. It is essential. So what are the etiquettes to follow in these e-learning platforms? With this, I combine the interview techniques and also the resume writing preparation, which are both interlinked when you attend an online interview. So first, I would like to start with interviews. As you all know, we are changing according to the need of the life. So interview has also changed its scenario when coming to this century. So what is that change is now it is not uncommon for a candidate to be asked to participate in an online interview. And also sometimes they are asked to demonstrate their personal brand by providing links to the social media pages. That is, the company gives you an assignment to make a demonstration of their personal brand and see your quality. And also they ask you to do some sample work on some specifications that they tell you, and by the way you can prove you're qualified for the job. And also sometimes we are made to participate in a dining interview, telephonic interview, etc. And there are even some basic mannerisms to be followed when it comes to the matter of dining interview. You must know the table manners, greeting, everything. And even in telephonic interview, you can't just deny that I'm not prepared. So you have to take care of the things you have put up in the resume and be ready with the telephonic interview when you are asked to do so. And regarding online interview, I will be telling about the etiquettes to follow in my later presentation. So before that, I just want you to know what are the types of job applications? Types of job applications are, I just want to put it into four main broad categories. One is online job application. Here, you just make a resume of your own in an online portal and you just post it to the job boards, that is like monster.com, indeed.com, and I have listed out some of the other job boards on the right of my presentation. You can just go through that also. Glassdoor, Career Bliss, these are all very famous job boards. So you prepare it online in their website and you just upload your resume and wait for the company to call for a offer, job offer. This is what online job application has to deal with. The second is in-person job application. That is, you make an application of your own when you just enter to the office, ask for a job vacancy, or else you're just called for without not being notified for it is for a job vacancy, and they just ask you to make a resume of your own in a cabin in the business center. So this is in-person job application. And the next is email job application. This is the most widely used platform today, that is using email to apply for jobs. And in this presentation, I am going to cater the needs that you need to fulfill when you use email to apply your job. And nowadays, even in a small concerns, you have this paper job application. That is, they have a printed format with them asking for your name, details, your educational qualification, your area of interest, everything. They just give it to you. You fill it out and apply in person for a position. So this is what paper job application. So you must know the variations in different kinds of job application. So here in this presentation, you are going to see in detail about online job application and also email job application. So first, how to apply for jobs online? See, it's not a very easy job as well as not too tough also, provided that you take care of some categories that you need to focus beforehand. So what are they? What are the basic requirements you need to apply? These may sound very mean to you, but these are the things which produce obstacles in your line when you are applying online. First thing is you need a good internet access and also an email address to use for job searching. See, you being the younger generation of this society, you at this age, you will be in a fantasy world and you will have all types of modern or fantastic email IDs, which just shows your whims and fancies. But when you are using it for a job application, kindly make it a personal email ID because your email ID speaks a lot about yourself. And also an up-to-date resume is very important. Resume should be up-to-date where you can't go and give clarifications after uploading it online. And also a cover letter for some jobs, you must keep it ready. According to the need of the job, you must satisfy the things that are needed in your cover letter. And your employment history, if you're already employed somewhere and you have worked under different categories, you must have an employment history which states the name of the concern, the period from which to which you have been working there, the position that you have taken up there, and also the achievements that you have made or the changes that has happened after you taking up that position. This is very much important when coming to the employment history. Just jot down all this and have a history ready in hand before you apply online. And also, if you are applying for a part-time job, kindly mention which will be the period you will be available. That is after your college is over or after your semester exams are over, you'll be ready from the month of May to June, something like that. You need to quantify when you will be available for your part-time job. Next is you must get your resume ready before going into the online portal. And you have to review some sample job application forms. It's readily available. I'm also quoting some of the websites where you can find guidance to yourself, but you have to sure review sample job application forms. And also don't forget, your resume is an effective ticket into your interview room. So create accounts on job sites. I have already told you monster.com, indeed.com, glassdoor.com. All these are websites, job sites, which are asking for your qualified resumes. So you just create an account with them and update it periodically. And also post your resume online or have a candidate profile online always. And use job keywords as I have given to the right of the screen, whether you want to have analytical type of work, insurance or service, or you're into healthcare, or you are going for documenting. These are the job search keywords which you need to know to suit your skill or the education qualification or your experience which you have within yourself. So always use job search keywords to suit your need. And also apply for jobs on company websites. See, some companies are open up to take resumes from their website itself. So the website contains the template for a job application. Just go to the company website with which you want to work with, search for details and apply in their website itself. So these are the some prerequisites where you need to know how you want to get into the job. And also you should be ready for some employment tests, because always they always look for your memory, your attention, your speed, your creativity, your focus, how flexible you are through the employment test only. In some areas, some companies call it as aptitude test. So what is the purpose of these kind of tests? Is to just test you in all these categories. And also always an online job application needs a follow-up. Kindly note to whom you're addressing in the email. Make a follow-up email asking for when they will call up for the interview or what is the status of your job application. So you have to make a follow-up regarding the job, online job application. And always don't ever be more confident, overconfident with your resume or job application letter. Kindly proofread. You check for errors regarding grammar, spelling, punctuation, spacing, fonts, numbering, margin. These are all very important aspects when you consider your application or your resume. Proofread. Always proofread with the work done. That will save you a good presentation in before your job giver. Next, so I have just told you what are the things to note before you go for an online portal for applying for a job. Now, how to write a job application letter through an email. Regarding email, I just want to share that we need to have a habit to just go through your inbox daily morning. As you just get up, see your WhatsApp, who are all have messaged you today. You open the wanted message and ignore the unwanted messages, right? The same way, have a habit of just opening your email inbox and sort out things, because now the world is running through, activated through technology alone. Keep your email active. If at all you are a fresher, you are completing your graduation, you are completing your post graduation, there was not much a need of using your email to create a situation that you open your email, just drop a mail to your friend or someone, so that the email is kept active and you also remember its user ID and password very correct. So this is regarding the basic thing regarding email. So what are the things you must note in your application while you're sending through email? First thing is, you must state why you are writing. because you just imagine how much mail a good concern or a company would get in daily, and psychologically think of the one who is working with the email. If you are pinpointing about your purpose of writing, you will easily get into the mind of the email receiver or the person who is sorting the email. If you are not clear about it in the first point itself, then the email sorter or the receiver will directly, they just tend to reject your email. So kindly don't lose an opportunity because of your overlooking. So just first point is write why you are writing this mail. Next is which job you're applying for. Don't be around beating around the bush. Get into the purpose directly and state why you are applying. And next, what are your qualifications that you have for that particular job? You just don't list out all the education qualifications, all the technical qualifications that you have, that you can put it up in your resume. Here in the application mail, you must just highlight what are the main qualities that you have in respect to that particular job you are applying to. Then, what you have to offer the company. To be frank, as a candidate, we always have in mind what we can get from the company with respect to self development or financial grounds, anything. But just think on the shoes of the employee who is giving you this employment. He or she always looks for how the company can develop with connection to this particular candidate. That is the only expectation. Am I right? I hope you will agree with me. So you have to state what you can cater to the company's development in your application letter. And also, you should give the details so that the receiver can have a follow up to you, can get a touch in with you again easily, so that the information regarding your job offer or the conditions, anything that to be posted to you again, will reach you easily. So kindly give a information about yourself with your name, designation, or your place, your email ID, your contact number, etc. So some of the tips you must again look into while writing a successful job application letter is the subject line. Because email, you can know first is the subject line. In your subject line, you write crisply for which position you are applying to. Application to the post of secretary. This must be your subject line. Next is salutation. Please have a good salutation, like you can have it with their first name itself, and also kindly avoid salutation like to whomsoever it is concerned. These are also old and it is not of use nowadays. So your salutation must be direct, and if you don't know the person in name, just give it as the person recruiter, or the to the managing director, to the general manager, to the sales officer, anything that suits your job. And you can divide your application letter into three paragraphs. First paragraph, which states who you are, your qualification, and any reference if you have to this particular job. And the middle paragraph describes your skill sets. Skill sets is something which comprises of your education, qualification, technical skills, everything, and that suits the company. And your final paragraph must establish a good connection with the employee, and the employer must feel that this candidate will suit for this job. Likewise, your final paragraph should be written in a style to persuade the employer, and also giving a promise that you will put in your maximum efforts to fulfill the needs of the company. And have a polite close always. Nothing we lose with polite words. We create a great impression inside the mind of the reader of the email. So kindly have a polite close and always send an email with your signature, a signature which contains your name, your, as I said already, your contact number, your mail ID, and if you have any social group contacts like LinkedIn connections or ResearchGate connect IDs you have. I'll just explain what are all those things. You can include those things in your email signature. And don't forget to attach your resume. Your resume should be attached with this job application letter. Check twice for all this before you send your cover letter, because I would say you have to craft your cover letter, not writing your cover letter. That's why I put it, I have jotted the word here, crafting. Crafting is something which you do with a great interest and passion. So whenever you apply for a job, please do correctly, concernedly with the job application letter. However, if you fail in that attempt of attending an interview and you don't get a job, applying for the next job also, so the same concern towards the next job application letter also. Because, my dear participants, remember, our greatest glory is not in never failing, but rising every time we fall. So, have the same enthusiastic nature when you send the follow up job application letters throughout your venture in searching for a job. So, I already said there are heaps of emails to a company. How to get your mail noticed is just know these three things. Include your name and the job in the subject line. Second is you just notify how and why you are well equipped, how you are a well qualified candidate for this particular job, and also add a signature with your phone number, email address, LinkedIn URL, anything which shows your personal details so that the employer feels easy to connect to you, get in touch with you. So you have sent a letter. We can suppose that you received a call letter for the interview. Now you're going to the interview. I have just divided the interview process into 4 stages: at the beginning of the interview, during the interview, closing the interview, and after the interview also. So the first platform is at the beginning of the interview. What you need to do at the beginning of the interview? First thing is start the interview with a polite greeting. I am pleased to meet you, sir. I am Dr. S. Shankar. Pleased to meet you, sir. Thank the interviewer for meeting with you. So the next line is, thank you for taking time to meet me today, sir. I feel overwhelmed meeting you today. It is my blessing to meet you today. So you can express your thankfulness through any kind of words, but just express it. Don't think you're overreacting there, but these are the small gestures that you show that how much you are attached towards your employer. Next, if you know the company already through someone, through some reference, kindly make a note of it. So you can just say, I was so excited when the sales manager, Mr. Suresh, told me that this position was open. I was waiting for an offer from this company, and I was happy when Mr. Suresh told me that there is a vacancy of sales officer position. Something like this. And express your gratitude for being considered. Always, you just tell that I really appreciate being considered for this role. I feel blissful as I have been considered to take up this role. You are not yet given an authority, that assurance that you are selected, but still being considered to call you for an interview is also a great gesture nowadays. So you can be thankful for that. And also you can convey the employer that you have already made a research about the company details and point out that you are a great gift for the job. Just do it with a self-confident level, stating your qualities. So with my experience and qualification, I feel that I will be well equipped with the technical grounds for which this job is called for. That's all. So give a line of assurance how you feel self-confident about yourself, about your qualities. So these things are to be done by you during the beginning of the interview itself. Always don't stand simply with a closed mouth, which you feel that it is a polite gesture not to speak at all. Have these formal conversations starting from your side itself. The same side, kindly note, don't be too talkative taking into unwanted conversations. Just have formal conversations like these at the beginning of the interview. Next, as the interview is happening, there will be questions. Of course, I am also going to deal with some questions which you will feel it to be a guiding factor to you. But still, you need to give some assurance about yourself. Because if you don't speak for yourself, you can't just expect someone else to come and talk for you in the interview panel. So when you are telling that you have a qualification, you just remember to tell them why you match for this company. So you must do this by just reviewing the job you're applying for and its requirements in comparison to your resume, and then tell them with real life interactions, success stories. You can just tell, when I was in the circumstance of increasing the sales in my previous company, I adhered to these following methods. I followed these, I invented these methods to increase the sales in my company. You can just volunteer yourself to prove that you have done something. You can just narrate it with some anecdotes. Again, I tell you, which are matching for this particular job. And also, don't kindly invent your own details that has not happened in your life. I also tell you that that will create a bad impression about you. Don't invent details, but try to connect with some valuable success stories and accomplishments from your past to tell that how you are suitable for this job. And also, you should add a line how you will be able to work for the upliftment of this company. So you can just add, as I have given in previous roles, I have done these things. And this is how I will add value to your company also. I will enrich the sales here also. I will work for the grounding of branches of our company. So something that tells you will add value to the particular company to which you are applying for. And also give a suggestion that you would plan to stay with them. Because nowadays the companies take up candidates, they train to their needs, but then after being trained, the candidate just comes and the employee just comes and tell to the employer that I want to leave the company. So the company feels that they have put in the efforts of training a particular candidate goes in vain. So kindly tell them like this, the role aligns with my long-term goals. So I would really like to continue my career here and build up my opportunities. So you need to give them an assurance. And also emphasis that you are very eager to learn and develop you personally and also professionally. So you can tell I always look to enrich myself. I have recently gone through this open course, which I think I have learned a technical skill to work with Python programming. So you come to tell them that you know Python programming as well as you have done a course on it, and also something you have implemented that and have accomplished something. So all these things need to be put in a nutshell. And also always whatever job you go for, just tell them that you are a team player. I consider working with others effectively. This is my greatest positive strength, right? And at the end of the interview, this is where you need to be very careful about your mannerisms, because we always have some myths in our mind which are projected as the correct version. Not at all. That is, the myths are: don't speak about your salary, don't just ask for your duties before you are being employed, don't thank the interviewer like as you have already been appointed. These are the myths which you think that will show you as a polite candidate, but not at all. So, what are the things you must do? That's what I have listed here. State that you have already researched the company, but also you wanted to know more. So, ask them. So I know I have applied for the post of sales officer. I have already gone through the company's profit loss or the financial statement of the previous year. But still, could I be informed about the other duties that I must do as a sales officer? You can just ask like that. And what are the quantifying goals that the company is expecting from you? Like as a sales officer, could I know what is your next quarter goals to meet with? And also tell them why you love this job, why you love this position, what attracted you to this position. And also say that you are ready for the next steps also. So, like I have stated here, the position sounds like a great fit. I'm ready for the next steps. So, please let me know if you need anything else from me. I'm ready to upgrade myself. And thank the interviewer for their time. Thanks again for taking the time to chat today, to interview with me today, to see my talents. Thank you for providing a platform for exhibiting my talents. Have a great day. Have a pleasant day. I had a good timing. So you can add some end up lines like this. So this is how you come to the end of your interview. Next is that after the interview, many candidates feel that there is nothing to do after the interview. Is it not? Have you ever felt that you must have some working after the interview is over? No, many of us don't feel so. But here I differ, and I tell you that the main thing that you need to put efforts is after your interview also. As you get prepared before interview, during the interview, you need to prepare yourself after the interview also. So what are the things you need to do is, the very important thing is you should post a follow up note with a thanking message. You should send a thank you note. It can be through email or through a postal mail according to the company's procedure. But don't ever forget to send it. This is the main key factor. This is the main key opening the job avenue for you, I tell you, my participants. So what you have to state in that thank you note? First thing is, state that you enjoyed the meeting, thank the interviewer for the time provided, convey that you are very much enthusiastic about the opportunity given, and also just emphasize that you are good and fit enough to be there in that position. And also keep the lines of communication open, like I'm always open. You just communicate me the next step, you just request them for the next line of communication also. So how to send a thank you note? These are the key factors I have told you. Now, how to send a thank you note and what are the things to be noted is, with the thank you email, you need to remind your employer that you have the qualities and skills matching for this job. And also give an online portfolio. Many of the participants today might not have a proper working email ID itself. I'm so sure about it. Because when I called for registrations for this hands-on training, I received 1,000 applications. And when I am about to send emails to them, asking them to join to the WhatsApp group provided for this, promoted for this purpose, half of the mail were not delivered and my inbox was completely filled with failure notice because the email is wrong. The email ID is not working. So kindly have a working email ID. So you have to create online portfolio, a LinkedIn account, and a professional social networking profiles. If you are a researcher, there is a researchgate.com. If you are an academician, you have academia.com. And LinkedIn is an account which just gets in all kind of careers inside it. So you can create an account there which will state what are your qualities that you have, skills you have, technical plus academic qualifications you have. So just create all these things and you have to send the link with the thanking email, so that even if they don't have the idea of considering you to fit for the job, if they just touch in a click and go to your connections and see how you are working in your domain, they may get an idea of calling you again. So why to miss that chance? So your first and foremost thing after this session is go search for these things online and just create your own account with the details you have. And also send separate emails to each interviewer, because if you have a panel interview, there are 4 members and you have to get notice of them. So what you do is just drop a mail to each interviewer personally. And also, as I already stated, convey thanks for the time period and notify them that you are happy that you had a platform to share your talents, and also have a request for further communication. You are ready to receive further communication. So this is what an thank you email should have. So I have just given you a sample thanking email. You can just go through it, which will help you in getting knowing the things which are related to thanking email. See, the subject line tells that thank you, assistant account executive interview. So they readily come to know for what the mail is sent. And the body of the letter. I came for this purpose. I have these qualities. I thank you for this. So looking forward to hear from you in future. And see, you can add your name, address, city, email address, phone number, LinkedIn URL, right? So this is a sample thanking email. Now, so you have been getting ready for your interview, applied online, and I have just shared you what are the interview techniques that you have to go through in 4 stages. And now, need of the hour. The changing scenario is demanding online interview. How to prepare yourself for that online interview. So these are the preparation tips for that. Download the software ahead of time. For example, we are meeting through Google Meet platform. Some webinars or some meetings are conducted through Zoom cloud meetings. You have company softwares also. Some of them are using Wipscom, which a company is invented for itself. So when you are going to connect with your employer, just know in online connection through which platform you are going to get connected. So you have to download that particular software beforehand, try to work with it, try to know the options inside it, because if you know the options only, you can save your time as well as you can reach out to your employer easily. For example, even in Google Meet form, if we are not aware of how to mute your audio and video, how to pin a presenter, we find many difficulties. Do you understand why it is necessary to work with the software and get accustomed with it? So have an opportunity to use it earlier. And I already stated, create a professional user name because it shows a lot of your character. And also dress professionally. Even if you are not going to stand and show your shoes or something like that, you dress professionally because it gives us kind of self-confidence to you. So wear nice pants and shoes even if you're sitting and having your interview also. Clear your workspace. Though you're very confident that your web camera will focus only to this angle, you don't know how the situation might change. For an example, if the employer tells you that I cannot see your face clearly, could you please turn your web camera to the right side, to a right angle? Something like that. If you are about to turn your camera to some other angle, and if they say, see a messy table or messy environment, it won't be nice. It won't create a nice impression about yourself. So just clear your workspace. Don't distract the employer with your visual noise in the room. So make sure you sit in a quiet room where you will not be disturbed by people or pets or anything for that matter. And also turn off your ringer. See, now we are in the Google Meet platform. I have just switched off all the mobile phones and I have put it in silent because I don't want any disturbance when the session is going on. So likewise, any alarms or any electronics that are inside the room need not disturb you. So put them in silent mode. And to continue with, always have a paper and pen ready or something to take note of it. If you are very good with your technology, well and good. You can have your iPod or you can have your memo pad in your mobile. You can take a note of it. Well, but something you have in your hand reachable to make a note of it. And also during an online interview, always have a copy of your resume which you have submitted. And you have to refer to the dates, job titles and numbers because they will ask you some questions which year you have been working. And you must give the correct period. I think I was working from 2002 or 3. This shouldn't be your answer. You be confident about your answer. So you have to know whatever details you have given inside the resume. And also smile and focus as much as possible. Try to behave as if you are speaking with someone who is in front of you. This is not an easy job. So only I have given you the next step as look into the camera, listen actively, have some kind gestures, keep your eyes open. Whenever you need a smile, drop a smile. You need to be exhibiting your emotions whenever there is a need for it so that you engage the interviewer in the correct sense. And also, it is a difficult job, I tell you, my participants, to visualize through the web camera. So practice it. Open your web camera, try practicing in front of it, and then you will feel comfortable when you are interviewed through video. So online interviews always need a good practice. This practice will only make you perfect when you are attending the interview. So these are the points which I would like to tell you while you are undergoing an online interview. Before all these steps that you adhere with, the foremost thing is what I have displayed you now, be on time. Time and tide waits for never. Because this will be the first impression that you are giving about yourself to the employer. So when I tell the session starts by 9:55 and you have to log in by 9:45, it is you have to read between the lines and make yourself available to the maximum by 9:40 at least, and to be the best from 9:30. So this is how you have to work with your timing schedule. This is the first impression. So well begun is half done. So don't miss this single step and just don't cut a sorry figure in front of the interviewer and creating a bad impression in the first step itself. So be on time. Right now, I just move on to the how to deal in a best way with some common interview questions. I just want to come out of the myth with you, which you have inside your mind and which you think that is the correct way to do it. So the first question is what to say when calling to follow up after the interview. So I told you, make a follow up call, make a follow up interview. If it is an interview, write. If it is an email, write, you drop a message. Now, when you call, what to tell? I have given you an example. Good morning, sir. This is Maitli here. I just want to thank you again for your time you spent last Monday and to let you know that I'm really interested in the sales job opportunity. I'm hoping that you are able to remember me and I request you to give me an opportunity to update on my application. Or could I know about what is the status of my application? Or could you inform me about the decisions taken after the interview, sir? I hope I'm fit enough for this interview. Kindly let me know the details, right? So this is the way to have a follow-up call. And next is the best way to close an interview is don't wait till the interviewer just tells, yeah, it's all over. You can move out. Of course, they'll say it depends upon the situation also. But still you can have your own closure like this. You can tell, I researched your company thoroughly and I was very excited about this interview. This has been reinforced by all that I have learned today. I thank the time that you have taken with me. I am very positive about my ability and I really want to add value to this job. So is there any valuable detail I need to give you more? Is there anything you want to need more about me, sir? Something like this, right? And to just say some phrases very easily during your interview process, and it is not imbibed in the same sense as you use. So you have to be careful when you want to tell these phrases in your interview. When you say, I'm highly motivated, what they hear is you have not even a worthy skill. My weakness is I am a perfectionist. They hear nothing. You have not evaluated your weakness. This is how they perceive. When they ask you, do you have any questions? You say, no, I don't have any questions. So how they perceive is, I have heard enough. I am not interested. And sometimes they ask you, why did you leave your last job? You just tell, wow, working with my previous boss was such a horrible, he's a terrible man to deal with. That is very unprofessional, I see you. It is not a professional ethics to let down your past employee also. What is your vacation policy? If they ask, if you are asking the interviewer, they just perceive that you are asking them details how they are ready to hire them out from the job. So This is the foremost question that every job interview has. Tell me about yourself. First of all, you just have in mind why this question is asked. Is this the question is asked to know about your own details, your name, your educational qualification? It's all given in the resume that you have attached with. So, what is the purpose of tell me about yourself is that you need to tell how you fit for the job, how positive you can deal with your workplace. So, I have given you an example. See, I am a CSE graduate with internship experiences in technical support and a passion for a career in this role. I come to the industry with my skills in JavaScript and wish to learn how to utilize these along my soft skills so that I can build a career path in the field. So this tells that your graduation, your technical qualities, your soft skills, everything. So you have to answer like this. And why did you leave your previous job? So you can tell I have learned a lot from my current role. I want to just broaden my horizons and gain new skills for myself. So I want to put up myself in a new way. I'm looking forward to a good opportunity to grow. So you can give reasons like this. And the next question is, what if I don't hire you? If that is a question, you must answer it like, I have a full confidence in my own self and my abilities that I can secure another job, but I'm very passionate about your company. So I want to work here. If at all I am not taken up, just give me the reason so that I can improve upon myself. You can answer it. How do you know about the company might be a question. So you have to give the company information that you have collected already. And how do you see yourself 5 years from now? See, questions like this is not put up to you to judge your own capability or ability. It is all how you build up relationship, how you are connected towards the company, how attached you feel towards the position. These are the things which are put to test too. So just don't try to exhibit yourself alone. Just connect yourself and your company together and try to give the answer for these questions. And also tell me about yourself. You must be careful about these 5 questions. Don't tell I was born in so and so place, I have a sister, I have a brother. No, not at all needed. In 2 minutes, tell why you are qualified. So, why would you change about your last job? Don't tell my boss was totally unrealistic. You tell that you want to have a larger training budget exposure. What is your biggest weakness? Don't tell I don't have any big weaknesses. You can just tell, I realize I get overwhelmed when I think I have to do it all myself. For the question, why should I hire you? Just don't tell because I am the best candidate. You can tell I am a hard worker. I have submitted my record here. You can check up to the proven record track. So I will be best suitable for this job. When they ask you, do you have any questions for me? Just don't tell, I don't have any questions. You can just tell, can I be clarified about the duties that I have to perform? So these are the careful interview questions that you must be aware of. So regarding the salary question, when they ask you how much salary are you expecting, just don't give a particular figuring answer. But first option is you can tell them, I want to learn about my responsibilities of this position and then I can talk about the salary. Or else the second choice is according to the research that I have come through and with my past experience, I feel that a sales officer can earn within this pay scale. and it applies to the work nature also. I'm ready to compensate. And also, you can tell the third option as my salary requirements are flexible depending upon the job nature. But you can also give a hint that last year I have been earning this much. And also, towards the last end, you can tell I'm open to discussion on compensation. Especially, I have one more complete understanding of the job. So I feel I am worth enough. So these are the ways you can deal with your salary questions. And also regarding the question of hobbies, just don't tell hearing songs, watching movies is my hobby. Kindly avoid anything is too controversial also, and avoid telling that I don't have any hobbies. You can take up easy way to answer this is you can relate something which tells them with connection to exercise, health, anything, any activities which is related to health. And you can tell you volunteer up actions with some community participation. And also you can tell you are taking your leisure time to enrich yourself with undertaking professional courses, and you continue your education through distance mode. These are the hobbies. And you can tell your everyday activities even. Some are very much helping in family atmosphere. So you can tell once I return from the job, I just find my leisure time working with my family, and I make it very lively inside the home. That is my hobby. There's nothing harm in that. So you have to balance between the field that you are referring to, and you should explain how you why you love to do it, but be brief to it and be honest. I underline the word be honest, my dear students, because that is the needed thing what an employee just expects from you. The employer accepts credibility, so don't ever tell lie, be honest. So actually, we have been dealing with the interview sessions, and I hope resume preparation must be done in a elaborate way in the next session. So regarding the interview session, these are the things you must take care of whenever you apply for online job or offline job for that matter. So I'll just sum up the resume preparation very shortly. A good resume writing up tip is that it should include your name. As I already told, your email address must be professional, and check your voicemail. You must proofread your resume and include a cover letter. Don't just attach the resume alone. Include a cover letter to have a good impact. So the resume writing objectives are you must have a tailor-made objective to give in your resume. I have also given some examples in my next slides. Use keywords to express yourself. And whenever you explain about yourself, you use some action words. Whatever you have achieved, you tell it through the action words. And whenever you have an achievement, if you can quantify it, just quantify your achievements. That's very important in resume writing. These are the examples. See, for example, if you're given for a sales job, you're applying for a sales job, then the resume is made for the sales job position. You can have the objective as like this: proven record in meeting sales targets and increasing territory sales revenue by 20% over the past 3 years. So this must be something true. If you tell you have proved it in the past 3 years, you would be giving the details in your resume also. So give the correct details. So I have given some examples. So these are the sample resume preparation websites actually that I want to share with you. I am further just sharing this PPT also, so it would be helpful to you, I think. You can just click on to the websites, and it just shows you how to do with it. You can just give your details. It will create, you can choose a layout, give your details, just upload your details. It will give you the prepared resume as per your layout that you have requested. So actually I wanted and show working with it. Since it's a time constraint, I'm just making it fast. So your resume may be 1 page, 2 page, or 3 page, depending upon the informations that you need to input. So there is no constraint rule that a resume should run to only 1 page or only to 2 pages like that. So the three secrets are, you have to include your education, your work experience, and the keywords that describes you for an entry level candidate. And 5 tips that I want to tell you is, the layout and format is very important. You must have 15 to 20 seconds to just show off highlight your achievements, and list your experience in the reverse chronological format. Chronology is by the time period. So according to now, you must tell that what you have been doing till April 2021, and then the previous ones. And customize your resume to each position, my dear participants, because you can't have a single resume and you can't apply it for all the jobs that you are applying for. And also always quantify your accomplishment. If you have increased your sales target, tell that to how much percentage. If you have just increased the admission in your school, tell that during the year 2018 to 19, I have just increased the admission from 100 to 200. So give quantifying in numbers in your resume. So some resume tips are, align your information to the left rather than centering to the text, because your eyesight and the psychological impact of it will be good. And your resume objective statement is the catching phrase, so highlight it. Put your headings and job titles in bold. Use digits rather than words. Use short bullet points to exhibit your skills and talents. Keep your font formatting with sufficient white space. Don't just fill the complete A4 sheet with all the informations black and white with letters. Have sufficient white spaces also. So how to make your resume real is, just don't tell I have excellent communication skill. This is an overused phrase. Just avoid it. Then how can you tell it is, just quantify it with some example from real life situation. I have given example here. I'm able to explain complex concepts in a clear and concise manner. Able to positively persuade and influence customers. Able to ask the right question and respond with accurate information. So these all says that you have a good communication skill. So just explain it a little bit, which will make you different from the other resumes that have been submitted. So for your online resume, just avoid these type of file names I tell you, like resumeupdated.doc, resumeMythili.doc, resumeMythili February.doc, not like this. Resume revised. Don't give cliches like this. Be updated, but give it a name like with your name.doc, right? Which shows you are so professional. So with this, I come to the end of resume preparation and also interview techniques. So as an assignment even, I would like to give you an assignment to prepare yourself a resume, just thinking that you have completed your UG and PG in a particular domain, and you can apply for the job, whichever is a dream job for you, and send a resume with the feedback form I'm just about to give you the feedback form and assignment. I have planned this assignment for you today to make you work with the skills. So what you can do is, I'm sharing my PPT, right? You can go to one of the websites that I have given you there. Go to that website, just include your details, take it as a resume format, and then upload it with the feedback, right? So with this, we come to the end of the session, and I feel happy for being with you here today and giving you the details on interview techniques and resume preparation. Have a nice day. And if you have any queries, you can post it. We will answer it to you. And I felt today the meeting went on with a great enthusiasm. Thank you all for being here. And at this juncture, I would like to thank my Vasavian family, the principal, the management, teaching and non-teaching staff members for making this platform available for a noble cause. Because with this COVID-19 lockdown, sitting inside the room without any purpose or just playing alone can't enrich ourselves. You must find opportunity in every difficulty that arises to you. So with this note, I would like to thank and sign off from this platform. Thank you all.